members now have access to the Fffffffff project, a visual novel I did in 2011 that has been private for over a decade. Click the join button to join and watch the first episode. That's gonna be the pinned message that 95% of you are going to ignore, but hopefully it'll reach the 5% that cares, and yeah, become a member to watch the first episode of the Fffffffff project. Visual novel I did in 2011 when I was almost bankrupt and extremely depressed, addicted to Gaia Online. More information on, I don't know, just fucking join, man. Just join! Just join! Become a member, goddammit! To learn more about it! I also have a second announcement to make, but for that I'm gonna wait for more people to join. But you can find it already on the community section of my YouTube channel. I'm sure some of you already saw it, you know, but yeah. How are you guys? Cheers. Let me get drunk with water. I always pretend it's water, but it's in reality it's like whiskey. You know, I gotta get drunk to answer your fucking question. What torture, man. This is what I do for a living. But hey, it's a living. What's up, guys? Elias, Rosalind, Victor, Michael. What is up? So yeah, want to know more about the Fffffffff project? So the reason why I never made it it was public for like a year, maybe 2 years, until I made them all private because I got a lot of copyright claims, content ID claims, because I used a lot of music from different bands. You know, I used music, let me tell you. Okay. Let me just share the blog if you guys care. I should edit this. Oh, I can't edit a pinned message. Well, there's a blog if you want to check it out, you know. So yeah, this is something I did in 2011. It says here, web design by Eric Landon, 2011, copyright. The story has copyright. I mean, in case you were planning on stealing my story and characters and making it into a big anime, manga, JRPG, movie franchise, you know, and get rich, no, I can sue you. It's got copyright. So I used a lot of music from bands like Arcana, Nine Inch Nails, Faith and the Muse. What else? Like Boards of Canada, Downer, Strangers Angels. A lot of indie rock bands. There's a song from the Birthday Massacre. Fuck those guys. I don't like those guys anymore. But it's there, you know. Juliet, Lunatica, Kitty. It's a Kitty, a song from Kitty. Violet Stigmata, Woods of Desolation, Killing Joke, of course, one of my favorite bands of all time. My Vitriol, amazing band. Dead Can Dance, Fear Factory, Mew. You know, I used a lot of music from these bands, and that's why every single episode out of the 11 episodes of the entirety of my visual novel series became demonetized. So I can't make any money out of that. And this is something I did in 2011. So 14 years ago, man. And I kept forgetting, I meant to make this public or exclusive for members like 4 years ago to celebrate its 10th anniversary, and I kept forgetting again. And now, a few days ago, I finally remembered, so I made the first episode available for members. If you become a member, if you're already a member, you can watch the first episode for free. Just keep in mind, this is something I did in 2011 in low resolution. You have to watch it on a full screen on a computer or laptop or on your TV. Do not watch the Sephiroth project on your phone because the font of the dialogue of the characters is too small and you won't be able to read anything, I think. If you watch on your phone, you might guess, but this is a visual novel that I did for big screens, computer screens or TVs, okay? So be sure to do that if you become a member and join, or if you already remember, if you want to watch the first episode, it's up there, you can watch it. If you can't find it, let me know, alright? So there you go, and now you have the link to the blog in case you want to check it out, all information in there. There's a little out-of-date biography of me for some reason. There's some fan art some fans did when I did the series back then. Very, very amateurish. So that's it. Some of the sprites are nice. I like the redhead. Yeah, this is sprites I did from I grabbed from Gaia Online. You could create any sprite you wanted for your character, you know, and I spent a lot of time, you know, doing that to create my characters. It was fun. You love my channel. What's the key to your success? What success? Like the words, like my channel and the word success in the same sentence nowadays. Like what? Like those two terms don't go hand by hand anymore. Like what? YouTube has destroyed any chances I have for success, man. That I have, you know, like a year and a half ago, they decided to destroy my channel, so I don't know what's the key to success anymore, but thanks for asking. Gaia Online is a nice throwback. Yeah, when the game used to be fun, you know. I mean, it was still like everything nowadays. You could go in and get into a lot of fights, make some friends too, but get into a nasty fights against other people. And I mean fights, I don't mean in-game fights, I mean arguments. People were always arguing. The internet hasn't changed that much. If you think negativity and toxicity is more present nowadays, it's because there are more social media, more websites, you know, more... It's more globalized, everything on the internet. And then there's also more video games where you can play online, you know. But back in the good old days, there were just a few places where you can just go in there and anonymously argue with other people and troll them, and they will troll you back, you know, and they will make you angry, and they will do rants and take it personal and get offended and try to cancel you. Nothing's changed. What's been going on for the past few years is nothing new. It just feels more overly present, you know, because of the amount of social media and crap like that. Yeah, well, that's exactly what YouTube doesn't want, Arch. He says, I'm surprised you aren't as successful. You seem more passionate about what you do compared to other RPG YouTubers. Yeah. The key, I guess the key to success, to answer Stephen's question, is precisely to do the opposite of what I do. Don't be passionate, don't be honest, preferably use AI instead of your own voice. Don't be real, you know? Don't be truthful, have zero integrity, you know? Did I mention don't be honest? Yeah, so, yeah. Be a fake ass, soulless, hollow motherfucker, and that's the key to success nowadays. Because if you do all the opposite, you know, you're gonna fail miserably, and YouTube's gonna get angry at you. Oh, and the best thing of it all, never insult other people's politics, because that's gonna get you, especially YouTube's own politics. Never insult the website. Basically, don't do what I did, and you'll be successful. Is Final Fantasy X a hard game in your... Dude, Roslan saying, I know my streams are getting shit views. Mine, I'm a dude with 101,000 subscribers, and my streams are getting shit views, man. So, yeah, imagine you. If I'm getting shitty views. Is Final Fantasy X a hard game in your opinion? It does have some hard as fuck battles. Has some really nasty spikes. The final battle against Sin, battle against Seymour, yeah, it is a hard game. Like, I wouldn't say overall, like, it's all hard the entire time, 100%. No, it just has a few nasty, super hardcore spikes. Anyway, yeah, let's just wait for more people to join. So, what else I have, you know? It's a good chance to advertise my books. I'm an author. I've been writing books, publishing books, fiction stories, fantasy stories, long before I became a YouTuber, actually. You know, you can find a link to my books in the description. I'm an author. I have this fucking book called Nick's Inferno, which is an adult-only book. No porn or anything, you know, it's just very violent. It's a lot of violence and negativity and toxicity and hatred, which is what people want nowadays. So, yeah, it's about some woman that appears out of nowhere, you know, she tries to destroy the entire world, kill everybody indiscriminately, you know, and there's a guy who's been turned into a rabbit and is like following her because apparently she's using his vital energy to power herself up so she can destroy everything and kill humanity. Yeah, it's also very philosophical. It's inspired by a lot of things, life, blah blah blah, and it's told in a style of David Lynch. Rest in peace, David Lynch, one of the best directors of all time. Yeah, link to that book in the description in English, because in Spanish it was released on 2 separate volumes, but in English you get the definitive edition, which has both volumes in one release. Also have a couple of books based on Suikoden, well, not based on, inspired by Suikoden and Fire Emblem, about some characters building an army and fighting an empire, you know, stuff like that. They're called Terra Gaiden and the Revenant Army. Link to those books in the description. And other books that I've written before, so yeah. RIP Charlie Kirk. Well, like I said last week, I didn't even know who that guy was until he died. But I guess, yeah, rest in peace. I don't know anything about that guy, to be honest. Anyway, so, yeah. Link to everything. Link to my TikTok channel. It's too soon to advertise myself. I gotta wait till there's like 80 people watching. Have you heard about Ray Gigant? Yeah, I have. That's another hidden JRPG gem I don't cover often because I never finished it. It's on the PS Vita and also on Steam. Only on those systems. No PS4 or Switch. Great music. Some good music, you know. The music sometimes reminds me of... it's just got a lot of jazz. Not in the style of Persona, no. Some bonding scene, you know, 3 different protagonists, 3 arcs, I believe, you know. I never finished it. Well, yeah, that's a good game, man. Interesting battle system. It's one of those where you go in and you don't just choose your actions. You gotta switch between characters to choose one action per character, or you can use all of your actions with one character, all of your turns, you know. And there's some rhythm game with the boss battles, you know. I haven't played it in a long time, but that's a good game. Kind of expensive nowadays, the PS Vita version. I heard TikTok algorithm promotes new users. Well, it hasn't started promoting me. All of the views that I've been getting for the past couple of weeks are from my viewers here on YouTube, you know, because they saw that I'm on TikTok and I've been uploading. Initially, I uploaded some clips from my top 10, specifically a top 10 I did on RPG scores. And then I started uploading some funny rants that I've done in some live streams. For example, the collection of live streams that I did a couple of days ago here on YouTube. It's called 13 Hidden JRPG Gems. 2-hour long stream. Hopefully you watched it. Or you can just watch the rants, the funny bits, you know, on TikTok. Link to my TikTok channel in the description. Hopefully TikTok will start promoting me eventually. You know, you just gotta be consistent, I believe. I'm just gonna use the same strategy I used on YouTube 11 years ago. Well, actually, I didn't use any strategy whatsoever 11 years ago. All I did was upload a bunch of top 10s on JRPGs and hidden gems. And because nobody else was doing that back then, so I was the first one. I'm a pioneer, motherfucker! So I did that, and some of them blew up, you know, they went viral, you know, and then I started using strategy. That strategy eventually worked, so hopefully that'll work on YouTube. What? The Stormlight Archives is your best fantasy series? You bet? Why? What? I don't even know what that is, man, but if you say so. I do not recommend Indivisible. It's a broken game. There's a reason why it got very mixed reviews. It's one of those games that got mixed reviews, and I agree, because usually I don't agree. Usually I'm like, this game got mixed reviews, but in my opinion it's super bad, or it's super great, you know? But Indivisible is one of those games that got mixed reviews, and I wholeheartedly agree. It's super broken, it's extremely unfair, hard to get into, and it's got a lot of political crap, man. It's in my blacklist for a reason. Link to my blacklist in the description. Go to my website, official website, ericlandonrpgblogspot.com. Anyway, do you care about the Fatal Frame 2 remake? I do not care about anything modern anymore. But one thing that I would like to say is that I find it weird that they skipped the first one. Why not remake the first game first? I guess they just keep to the successful one, because out of the Fatal Frame games, the only one that's been really successful has been the second game. So I'm guessing they wanted to capitalize on that, you know? You just noticed that the Trails in the Sky remake demo is out? Dude, that was like a month ago, and I did a live stream of it. And I also noticed the changes to the script and self-censorship. So, yeah, you're very late to the party, man. That's old news, man. That's in the past. Did you enjoy Romancing Saga 1? I played the remake on the PlayStation 2 many years ago, Minstrel Song. I know it got a remaster a couple of years ago. Yeah, Square Enix did a remaster of a remake. And, but I didn't play it, you know. I played the original PS2 remake of the first Romancing Saga. Great game, impossible to get through without a guide, because it's one of those, where the fuck do I go, what the fuck do I do? You're supposed to look with a guide, you know. It's an open world game, after all. But open world, as in, it's got no linear story whatsoever, because a lot of open world RPGs have a linear story, right? And you can ignore the open world and just focus on the main linear story. Not in this fucking game. In this game, it's like, what do I do? It doesn't matter what character you choose. Eventually, you hit like a dead end, and you're like, yeah, good luck. Good luck with what? What do I do? I don't know, whatever you want. Read a guide. Impossible to beat without a guide, Romancing Saga, Minstrel Song. But I never played the original Super Famicom release. That's right, Z. That's the truth. We all know that. Developers have no new ideas or innovation anymore. I think a lot of developers are right now in a situation where, because people are heavily divided, not just socially, but in everything you can imagine. They're so divided, like it's hard to say, okay, I have this new idea, but it's gonna disappoint half of the world. Okay, what about this new idea? It's gonna disappoint this other half. What about this idea? Oh, that's gonna offend half of the world. What about this other idea? It's gonna offend the other... I get it, you know, I'm a content creator, and while content creation on YouTube is not the same as video game development, at the same time, both things are entertainment. They fall under the entertainment category, you know, and even as a content creator, it's hard to come up with something, you know, like, oh, I had this really original idea, you know, but oh man, half of my fan base is gonna hate it or reject it, or they're not gonna give a shit, you know. So, but what do they give a shit? What does the majority give a shit about, you know? Oh, the old videos, or the old games, or the old movies, you know, and they're remaking that. So I get it. Do I agree with that? No, but I get it, you know. And also another big problem is that, as you may already know, they've been hiring a lot of people just for the sake of inclusivity, and they don't even care if people are talented or not. Apparently they're not, you know, so they just hire a bunch of imbeciles, you know, just because they're to have more diversity in the studio, and they don't even care if they're talented or not. You know, they're like, oh, who's that guy? oh, well, he's John, you know, from Canada, and he's got these great ideas, but he's white. What about this black guy? Oh, you know, he's, I don't know. Has he made any? Has he worked on anything? No. Has he done it? No. But he's black, hire him. But sir, he has zero experience and doesn't know anything about game development. He's just a political activist, hire him. That's what's happening, you know. That's another thing that's happening. Yet another thing that's happening is that a lot of people have developed this horrendous attention deficit problem, you know, this ADD generation that started like 10, 12, 15 years ago, you know, it's been getting worse and worse and worse. And developers are like, dude, why the fuck will I bother creating a 50, 60 hour long plus JRPG when I know for a fact the large majority of the people who are gonna buy it, they're not gonna finish it, you know? So I'm just gonna remake something old, you know? They're not gonna finish it anyway, but it's less effort, you know? And I get paid the same because people are fucking stupid nowadays and they still pay full price for remakes and remasters. Sure, a lot of people bitch about that, you know, they're like, oh, you know, these YouTubers show up and say, you know, oh, don't buy this remaster, they want $50, $60, you know, don't buy the Switch 2, you know, and the Switch 2 has already sold like 3 fucking million units, you know, and the remaster of whatever, you know, 2 million copies, you know, nobody cares, you know, people are still gonna pay money for it because they're fucking stupid. We live in an era where people are fucking stupid, so developers are like, okay, we're gonna hire stupid people to make games for stupid people. How about that? Perfect. Do you have enough games for the rest of your life so you can ignore all modern games and consoles? Yeah. Haven't I already proved that? You know, with most of the videos that I've done in the past year and a half. I think I've proven it. There's so many games and JRPGs out there in the past, in retro consoles, you know, in older systems, you know, that it's more than enough for a lifetime. Even with the change of the script, you'd recommend me the original Trails in the Sky remake? No, I do not recommend the Trails in the Sky remake. But then again, I only played the demo, and I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna talk about it in a video or anything, you know. We can talk about it here, you know, but I'm not gonna make a video, you know, because I'm very disappointed in Falcom doing self-censorship because they don't care. I explained this to one of my fans on Patreon a few days ago. I told him, you know what? We are no longer the target audience for these games anymore. We should be, because we grew up with all of these JRPGs, and some of these series got popular because of us, because of the love and passion we put into them, because of the recommendations we did, word of mouth, advertisement, YouTube content creation, you know. But these developers, they don't give a shit about us anymore. They give a shit about corporations and politics and modern standards way more than their older fans. And it isn't unusual, you know, that they start doing these things. You know, this is the history of entertainment. It's always like this. You know, developers or, well, entertainers feel like they need to innovate and cater to younger audiences all the time, while they stop caring about their adult audiences, which are, when it comes to several JRPGs like Trails in the Sky, are the primary consumers, you know, but it's like they don't give a shit about us anymore, and they only give a shit about modern political standards and policing modern audiences. And yeah, and they also there's also a big possibility that these developers have been threatened. You know, we can't deny the possibility that someone threatened them. A pretty famous case was there last year with Black Myth Wukong. You know, never forget that, because that's an example on how these companies, these corporations are threatening, you know, developers in the video game industry. They are a poison, a big fucking powerful evil, you know. So in Falcom's situation, specifically Falcom's situation, like, we don't know, man. Maybe someone threatened these guys, or it could also mean that, you know, the higher ups in Falcom told the script writers, hey, you know, change this and change that, and they were like, but dude, then a lot of people are not gonna buy the game. Like, I don't give a shit, just do it, Or maybe they themselves are a bunch of liberals and think this is the right thing to go to proceed with scripts, and I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities, We can't know 100% for sure why certain developers and why certain publishers are trying to cater more to minorities than their old school diehard fans. But they are disrespecting us, They don't give a shit about us. So up to you. If you want to give money and support to a company that clearly doesn't give a fuck about you anymore, be my guest, I did take offense a year and a half ago with the Euden Chronicle, and I was like, fuck this. And that's my opinion. This is why indie games are somewhat better than AAA, taking the risks, but indie games are mainly digital, so we don't own it. That's a no buy for you then. Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems to be a problem, I mean, you can't really blame some of these indie developers because the large majority of them are low-budget games, independently done and published, self-published, most of them, so it's kind of hard to find someone who's willing to respect your work without changing it and publish it. Dude, I'm an author. Like 5 minutes ago, I was just talking about my books. Link to my books in the description, guys, that I've written and self-published because publishers don't want to publish new ideas anymore. So you see, it's not only a problem in the video game industry, it's a problem in the whole entire entertainment industry. You take a book to a publisher and it's like, oh yeah, no, change it for modern audiences. But yeah. She did not say the classic line. Who, Estelle? My boy is a gift. That was made up by Exit Games, believe it or not. The original line in Japanese, in the original Japanese script, Estelle never said my gift is a boy or my present is a boy, right? That Exit made that up. But yeah, it's a classic line. They should have left it. It's like the I don't wanna from Suikoden. I also complained about that. The first Suikoden, the first choice you make, you answer to the king and you say, oh sure, and the second choice is like I don't wanna. And they removed that because whoever localized the first Suikoden 25 years ago, 30 years ago, wow, it's been almost 30 years since the first Suikoden, huh? Holy shit, it came out in 1996. So, whoever did the localization changed that dialogue, I mean, I don't wanna. But it was just such a classic line, like, I don't wanna. Just like Estelle saying, my present is a boy. Anyway. Hey Queen, I saw one of Falcom's newer investors is BlackRock. Oh! So now we know Falcom has made a pact with the devil. I don't feel bad. Last year I would have felt like shit, but nowadays he's like, oh yeah, another one bites the dust. Rest in peace, Falcom. Another JRPG developer that is dead to me. Add that to the list of almost every single JRPG developer and publisher nowadays. Tengai Makyu 4? What is that? Well, everything. Steam is a 100% digital platform, but yeah, there's a lot of physical games for PC. I don't know if they're still being released though. They used to be released, not long ago. PC games with a physical release, Developers will learn they can't alienate your core base and actually make any money. Yeah, but when we're talking about a super ultra billionaire, evil, powerful as fuck company like BlackRock investing on Falcom, I don't think Falcom will learn, even if they want to. Maybe they want to learn. Maybe Falcom is like, oh yeah, we should learn. We should respect our audience, our fans. But BlackRock comes along and says, you know, fuck you, you're not doing that. But sir, I'm gonna fucking kill you and kill your family and kill your kids and destroy your entire career if you don't do as I say. So I doubt developers will learn. And remind me who's in power right now? Oh yeah, some dude who doesn't give a fuck about the video game industry at all. Right? The same guy a lot of people voted for in the US. That guy is in power, he's a president now. Guess what, bad news, he doesn't give a shit about the video game industry. It's like he's not gonna do anything. He tried doing something about Google, you know, but failed. Because Google is way too powerful and paid a lot of money to the judge to get free of most of the charges. I talked about that last weekend. So have you read the pinned message, everybody? I know you haven't. Please read it. Whoa! I had like 60-something viewers, and as soon as I mentioned the president, like 15 people left. They got offended. Love talking about politics and losing viewers, subscribers, supporters. Love it. Great. Let's keep that conversation going. I'm not insulting Trump, you know. I'd rather have someone like Trump than Harris, you know. I wasn't happy that he won, but I was like relieved. I was like, oh, thank God, you know, because we were just talking about BlackRock, and that's basically connected to Kamala fucking Harris and Joe fucking Biden, you know. So evil won, but I'd say the lesser evil one. It could be worse. I mean, we will be living in literally 1984 if those motherfuckers had won like the presidency. But now this guy won, and we're like, great. What are you gonna do about video games, dude? What are you gonna do about Hollywood? What are you gonna do about? Well, he tried doing something about Google and failed because Google is way too fucking powerful. Maybe Hollywood is just as powerful. Maybe Disney is just as powerful. Maybe the video game industry is just as powerful. I don't know. Maybe they've gotten way too powerful for any politician in the world to handle. I don't know. They rule the world, man. Google owns the world. Amazon rules the world. They're way more powerful than the government, than any government, man. More powerful than China. Do me the courtesy right fucking now, guys, to go to your profile here on YouTube and go to the settings section, go to the general section, and down there you will find restricted mode. Make sure it's turned off. Okay, and if it's on, turn it off, please. Restricted mode is something YouTube came out. They actually came out with that a million years ago. But now, since last month, they started enforcing it, and therefore they've been shadow banning a gazillion YouTubers because YouTube considers them as offensive or as if their content is for mature audiences, kind of like mine. Okay, so I was shadow banned before, now I'm even more shadow banned because of that. So if you don't want my videos to disappear from your feed or your list of recommendations, turn restricted mode off. Thank you. Make RPGs great again. Make entertainment great again. Thank God, James. That's definitely gonna be the next title of the stream, dude. It's a long ass title, dude, but no, that'll work. And exactly, Jockson. That's why YouTube is taking advantage of that. They just want to destroy all of those YouTubers that are like politically incorrect and they don't follow their narrative and bullshit propaganda, So yeah, it's the beginning of the end. I mean, it's already the end for me, My beginning of the end started like 2 years ago when they demonetized my Hidden Gems video. But yeah, it's the beginning of the end for a lot of YouTubers. These will become a nest of AI channels and politically correct channels. And that's the future, almost present of YouTube. But hey, I'm trying to invite people to my Patreon page, Rumble, TikTok. Well, TikTok is just as bad, I believe, but hey, it's a different platform, right? What ruined physical PC games in the 2000s was DRM, forcing you to be online, otherwise the game wouldn't boot up. That's one of the biggest reasons, I agree with that, Developers eventually and publishers saw no point in printing copies. Let's just go full digital, and that's exactly what happened. You want the full game you paid for? Exactly. You can read the story in my blog, Bravo. Link to my blog in the description. Go to my biography and the list of controversies. You can read the whole story, or you can just watch. I did a video on that on my second channel, how they demonetized that video. And that pretty much marked the beginning of the end of my career. Because I was targeted, They demonetized it for no reason, no explanation whatsoever, no chance for appeal. They were like, oh, no, it's demonetized, fuck you. And we're also gonna put an age restriction to it. And I was like, why? Why? No, we don't have to give you any explanation, fuck you. And since then, they've been grinding my channel down considerably. And now I'm in this situation. Did you play Princess Crown? Yes, I did. You can find my live stream of it on my second channel. Great game. I also reviewed it in a video called Top 10 Most Overlooked JRPGs Part 2, which I released a few months ago, actually. Yeah, well, that was before Rosalind. 70 people watching, huh? I have a pinned message in the chat. It says members now have access to the Sephira project, a visual novel I did in 2011 that has been private for over a decade. Click the join button next to the subscribe button, or the like button, or the dislike button you love so much. Click the join button and watch the first episode. There's 11 episodes. I'll probably do one episode a month. So become a member, guys. Yeah, support your favorite content creator. Let's see how much support I get right now. Now that I said that, I don't even have. How do I say it? How do I get people to join? Should I cry? Or should I be like overly enthusiastic? I don't know. What do you guys think? Also, I did a community post in the community section. Auntie Eric, I'm a guy, motherfucker. I should call myself Uncle Eric. What do you mean, Auntie Eric? The fuck do you think I am a guy? I'm a man. You only play visual novels if they have hentai scenes. Oh. I'm pretty fruity. I'll pretend I know what that means. Have you finished 1,000 Arms? Nope. Still in the backlog. You will become a member in 10 months to see them all. That's a great strategy. Apparently YouTube turned off my notifications for your channel. I'm not surprised. So now I can do live streams on my channel, on my Patreon channel, my Patreon page. And I just released this. I'm just gonna put the link in the chat. If you click there, you will see that I just uploaded a Tales of Waifus tier list. An idea some of you have been suggesting me to do on YouTube for years and years and years, so I decided to do it exclusive for members on Patreon. It's only $1 a month. I'm sure you can afford that. $1 a month, and you can watch it. And I'll be doing more live streams. And so the idea of doing live streams on Patreon is to try to do the type of live stream that I wouldn't usually do on YouTube, like that tier list. That tier list was live. You know, I ranked all the playable female characters of the Tales series in a tier list, you know, so you can watch it. I will also be doing one for the Trails series, and eventually other series, and eventually other types of live streams and videos, you know, stuff like that. Videos and ideas and stuff that will probably be a bad idea here on YouTube, or they will probably be unsuccessful, or stuff that wouldn't fly on YouTube, you know. Stuff that YouTube will probably find offensive, you know. I will also start hosting more Q&As in there. I'll still be here on YouTube every Sunday, don't worry. But I'll do extra Q&As, which are gonna be like more politically incorrect. Let's leave it at that. And I will also play some JRPGs that I can't play on YouTube because of the music. Like a lot of JRPGs, not most of them don't have anything, no content ID claims or no copyright bullshit, you know, but some do. And I can't play them live on YouTube anymore because I will get a copyright claim for the music alone. So I'm gonna start streaming those JRPGs on my Patreon channel. As you probably already noticed, I am no longer streaming video games on YouTube, with the occasional exception, you know. Sponsored, well, I wouldn't call it sponsored, you know. Sometimes indie developers reach out to me, but it's not really like this video is sponsored by, not really, you know, but only that, you know. I don't want to play games live anymore here on YouTube because it's been fucking me over since last month. You know how last month I came back to play games live on YouTube? Well, apparently that was a bad idea, you know. YouTube used it against me because I was doing so many, you know, so maybe I'll do just one per month. So all of that is gonna move now to Patreon. I'm also still on Twitch. I'm streaming every Friday on Twitch, you know. But I'd rather have people watch me on Patreon, you know. Because it seems to be a platform that doesn't censor you, doesn't punish you for saying what you want and expressing yourself as long as it isn't too extreme. You know, there's no algorithm bullshit. It's not like, oh, my Tales of Waifus tier list is not gonna appear on your feed and you're not gonna get a notification because it's offensive, you know. No, it's gonna be there no matter what for everybody, you know. So when it comes to live streaming, you know, I think Patreon is a great platform for now for that. So click on the link there and support this happy motherfucker. If you want me to create more content, or if you don't, oh, don't worry. I'll just eventually disappear. I'll be destroyed by YouTube, and all of my content is gonna be private 100% on Patreon. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Z. I have nothing important to say, just wanted to give you a donation. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So yeah, become a member to watch the Fffffffff project and previous live streams, some of them kind of sexy-ish. The ones YouTube doesn't want you to watch, so become a member. In fact, I'm about to upload a new live stream that I did on Twitch a couple of weeks ago. I'm about to upload it here on this channel. I tried uploading it, making it public, but YouTube was like, nah. I'm sorry, but that live stream is way too sexy, and guess what? The music has copyright, so fuck you. Okay, so I'll just post it for members. A membership here varies in price depending on where you live, you know. It's dirt cheap for some countries. But I think it's like $2 for people in the US. And also I think in Canada, maybe two pounds in England, something like that, you know. If you become a member, you can watch some of my live streams and the Fffffff project, you know. Hey, thank you, Victor. Now you can watch the Fffffff project and those kinky, offensive live streams. And yeah, also Patreon, guys. Become a Patreon and you will... It's a good community. It's a cool community. Live streams, podcasts, stuff, you know. Oh, I need to change it, you know. Then people won't join. It needs to stay there. Damn it. So, wait. Are we listening to Yakuza Like a Dragon music? Holy shit. Okay, benefits. I'm gonna update the benefits, so when you join, you'll see. I got like Iron Sword, Steel Sword. Iron Sword, let's edit that. Iron Sword is $1 a month. That's the one that's required for you to have access to the Tales of Waifu tier list. It says you're funding my videos, and you have access to private live streams. How's that? Private sounds like ooh. Yeah. Gotta make it appealing, guys. You have access to private live streams, including the waifu tier list, you know. Alright. There we go. Updated. Now let's update the second one. Why am I... Don't do this to me, Patreon. I wanna edit them all. Alright, so we did that one. All Patreons can access to private live streams. Alright? Save. I save and it takes me back to the fucking... Come on. There we go. Now let me edit the Silver Sword. Access to private live streams. Access to private chat, access to 7 Shadows, access to my podcast, Eric Landon Uncensored, for $5 a month. And the $10 tier, it's pretty self-explanatory. You have access to everything, you know? There you go, now it's updated. If you guys go to my Patreon page, you will find that if you want to join for $1 a month, you now have access to my private live streams, including the Tales of Waifu's tier list and future live streams that I'll be doing on Patreon from now on, including playing JRPGs live like I usually do on YouTube. I won't be doing that anymore on YouTube, with the exception of some indie, when people reach out to give me review codes, you know, or live stream codes, you know, that will continue here on YouTube, you know. But regular JRPGs that I was just playing live because I wanted to, that's no longer going to continue here on YouTube. It'll be now on Patreon. Videos are still gonna be a thing, so don't worry. Okay, so... So, do you want to make an RPG? I would love to make my own RPG. To be honest, I would love to write the story for one and maybe even get involved in the music, but that's as far as I go. I have zero knowledge, experience, discipline, and patience for 3D modeling, 2D modeling, programming, directing, producing, whatever, you know. I can write a story. That's what I can do. So I would love to make an RPG. Top 10 JRPG H hentai scenes when? That'll get me to sub to your Patreon. I don't think I can do hentai scenes, but I can do some really sexy and offensive stuff, dude. In fact, I'm looking forward to, you know. A huge video request for the longest time has been like top 10 girls, you know, sexy girls or something, top 10 waifus or something like that on my Patreon, on here on YouTube. That's never gonna fly in this website, so I'm gonna have to do it on Patreon, right? Yeah, Patreon is good for video viewing, live streams viewing, you know. There's a free live stream right now if you guys want to check it out. I mean, the Tales of Waifus tier list is private. You have to become a member to watch it. But there's another live stream, if you go to my Patreon page, there's another live stream that I did, which was like the inauguration. And I talked about it, and I did some testing, and I played some games, you know, that's free. You don't have to pay a single penny for that. That's a preview. So you can get an idea on what the live streams are gonna be like on Patreon. That's free, you don't have to pay, anybody can watch it right now. Okay, I'll post the link again. Click there and scroll down a little bit and you'll see the first live stream ever on Patreon, you know, you can watch that for free. Have I played Princess Maker 2? I know the series, I never played it. Can you recommend best romance RPGs? There's a couple of videos I did on that on my second YouTube channel, Vladislav. No, don't play Moege. Are you a fan of Christopher Nolan's movie style, like with Inception and Interstellar? I like some of his movies, you know, but I wouldn't call myself like a big fan. I like some of his older movies, like Insomnia. I'm a big fan. Amnesia. Inception was way too overrated, and I fucking hate Ellen Page. You know, Interstellar is a great movie, though. In my opinion, Interstellar is basically Christopher Nolan's masterpiece. And I saw the Batman movies, you know, they were alright. I prefer the Tim Burton Batman movies, but the Christopher Nolan Batman movies were alright, you know. I haven't seen anything from that guy in years. I don't really care about new movies or Hollywood anymore. Nah, I'm too lazy to do that. I already tried JRPG Maker, man, a long time ago, and I lost patience. I was like, fuck this. No thanks. And most people don't give a shit about RPG Maker. When you make a video game based on RPG Maker, there's just way too many of them nowadays. Like, if you put out a game like that, it's bound to fail. Most people don't give a shit. You gotta use a different engine. Yeah, so it's... But if somebody out there uses RPG Maker and wants to work with me, I can write a story. For an RPG Maker RPG, that's fine. I'll do it. I don't want to have anything to do with programming and RNG and no. You do that. I'll write the story. What do you think is the hardest final boss in the entire Tales series? Zestiria, man. I didn't even have to think about it. Zestiria has the hardest final boss ever in the Tales history. It's just it's broken. It's fucking broken. They did it on purpose, man. You have to do something very specific with Rose, and only with Rose, or you can't beat the guy. It's bullshit. I complain about that. One of my rage quit videos, I think it's a top 10 JRPGs that made me rage quit that I did beat. That was like 7-8 years ago. It's basically the second rage quit video that I did, and I bitched about the final boss in Tales of Zestiria big time. Which divisive director do you prefer the most? Zack Snyder or Michael Bay? None, I'm not a fan of either. What t-shirt am I wearing? Some Breaking Bad t-shirt, the Say My Name t-shirt, you know? Yeah, it's just a Breaking Bad t-shirt. $7.50 for a podcast, one single episode? $7.50? What do you mean it's $5? You probably... Oh, you're Canadian, right? Yeah. Well, keep in mind, you know, I'm not really selling stuff on my Patreon page. My Patreon is for you guys to support me so I can continue making content. You are supporting my videos. It's on the top of every tier. You are funding my videos. You're supporting my videos. You know, that's the main thing. You're just getting something extra in return, you know, as a reward. You're getting a reward for supporting me, but the main thing for Patreon is to support me. Like, I'll be brutally transparent and honest with you guys. Do you want to know how much I make per review here on YouTube? Some of my reviews, my reviews have like 3, 4, 5,000 views. You've seen that. Sometimes I don't even make $10 out of that. Okay, so that's what Patreon is for. Because if I was only making $10 per review, I would have quit YouTube a long time ago. There's barely any money here to be made anymore. Especially for people like me who are shadow banned, restricted now, you know, so, and channels like mine who are considered as offensive, you know, or mature. So, that's why I have a Patreon. David Lynch is your favorite weird director. David Lynch was my favorite director, period. Forget about weird. My favorite movie director, period. Rest in peace, the guy passed away last year. David fucking Lynch. Watch Netflix remake the Twin Peaks show and alter everything and politicize it like shit because David Lynch is dead now. Hey, they did it to Murayama. Yoshitaka Murayama died in 505 games, you know the story. I don't know what would you like me to do, man. Maybe I should start charging for my videos. Will you become a Patreon if I start making every single one of my videos private? Do you want that? The point of supporting me on Patreon is so I don't have to do that one day. I don't think AVGN is still strong, man. Compare his views. I mean, he's getting like 1.5 million views, which, yeah, is a lot. The guy's still in paradise, right? Don't compare the AVGN to me. The guy's a celebrity. Celebrities can do whatever they want nowadays, even if they're shadow banned, you know, and they can get away with it and still be rich, you know. It's the little guy who's getting fucked in the ass, as always. The smaller channels, the ones that never really made it, you know, those are the ones that are getting fucked in the ass nowadays. But AVGN is like, he's alright, you know. The guy's rich, he's a celebrity, he made it. Doesn't matter what he does, you know, he's still gonna make a lot of money. Right? But yeah, he's not strong anymore. Compare his views and his content to what he used to do a few years ago, and you'll see the big difference. Who was your favorite woman on Twin Peaks? Mine was Matt Chen Amick, Shelley Johnson. I don't remember. I'll be completely honest. I like Twin Peaks, especially the second season that came out like 10 years ago. Fucking love that. 8 years ago or so? Yeah. But the original Twin Peaks, I love the show, liked it a lot, but I think I'm a much bigger fan of David Lynch's movies than Twin Peaks. Because Twin Peaks always felt like it was like 80% a regular crime drama show and 20% surreal David Lynch stuff to me, where his movies are like the opposite, right? And that's what I'm looking for. So Twin Peaks is fine, I like it, but it just wasn't surreal enough for me. It's a good show, but I don't remember a lot of the characters, to be honest. Just because you turned off the restriction mode on YouTube, Yum Yum, doesn't mean my personal shadow ban is going to go away. You have access to everything for $10 a month, Roslan. It says so right there. It's a platinum sword. You don't seem to understand, man. You're starting to piss me off. If you don't understand this Patreon stuff, if you don't understand what's the real purpose of Patreon, then don't join and shut the fuck up, okay? Because it's not what you think. It's not a Netflix streaming service where you're gonna get a lot of stuff for $10. It's about supporting an independent content creator, you know, to continue to make content and reviews and stuff like that. It's about supporting someone. You know? If you don't want to understand that, if you disagree with that, then okay, I'll respect that. Just stop. You should make JRPG reviews of movies? What do you mean JRPG reviews of movies? Ah, okay, I get it. Like I should review movies with the same script style that I use. Okay. Too many random encounters in this movie. It's bad. There's a lot of difficulty spikes in the movie. That would be funny. Can you put this song? No, today is not a request your song stream. But you can do a super chat if you want to. No, you wouldn't play anything from Idea Factory anymore if I were you. Stick to Death End Request 1 and 2 and below that. Most of the stuff Idea Factory has put out in the past few years is really bad, completely censored, politicized. It's bad. It's another company that went to hell because of politics. Eraserhead was a good film. It was I love it. It's not one of my favorite films by David Lynch, but I fucking love it. What poster is that on the wall where Nyx is sitting? You know Nyx? Wow, a fan of my book. Nobody else... There's no way anybody will know that's Nyx. But thanks, that's Nyx. That poster, you say? That's Fate Stay Night. A poster of the original Fate Stay Night. Hey, Mark Hola. Are there any games like Ys Origin, top-down, fast-paced action RPG? Don't include Diablo. Well, apart from the obvious other Ys games from before... I mean, there's gotta be... I can't think of one right now, but there's gotta be, you know, ones where you don't have any party members, you're just a chibi sprite and you're fast-paced, killing everything, you know? Yeah, I mean, there's gotta be more... Like, what about you guys? somebody, I mean, I can't think of one right now. I will need to look in my collection. I don't know. I mean, are you looking for one within that style? Chibi characters, super fast-paced combat? Or, you know, can it be like with party members, big 3D models, you know? Even Destiny is demonetized on YouTube. Who's Destiny? Isn't that a video game? Oh, every live stream I get this. Oh, snap! Something went wrong while displaying this webpage. YouTube loves to troll me and break my chat, so I can't see anything right now, and I have to reload the page so I can see you guys once again. They love doing that. Thank you, YouTube, for loving me so much. I love you too. Why didn't they remix Kyle together in one game? Because they love to... They want to capitalize on all 3 volumes separately. Odin Felgana is awesome. Yes, it is. I follow your channel for years. Never had the opportunity to say a live holler at you. Hello to you too, Mugen. You look like a guy from my classroom on early years. That's the only reason why you follow my channel. Well, I'm from Mexico. I doubt you're from Brazil. Yeah. I hope that guy was as cool as me, man. I hope your classmate was as cool as me. Do you have any other job other than YouTube? Well, right now I'm doing everything I can, trying to get people to Patreon, to do private stuff in there. I also, I'm an author. I write books and publish them. You know, link to my books in the description. I've been reselling video games again. I gotta do everything I can, you know, to survive in this day and age. But I don't have like an actual job, like I work for some kind of corporation, or no, I don't have that. I should though, at this point. Is there a JRPG you didn't play but heard from other people recently? No. Most of the JRPG stuff that no, not really. You look like you can shred on the guitar. Do I? You mean a guitar like this? Oh yeah, I can. I'm pretty lame though, I'm an amateur. But yeah, I can play the guitar and play some riffs, you know. Thanks for saying that. You personally think these video game adaptations are stupid. If you want to make a Hollywood movie so badly, then go and make one. Don't force a video game franchise into that. Couldn't agree more. Fast-paced top-down RPGs, Eric, any recommendations? I don't know, man, I can't think of one right now. You should make your own video live streaming website to oppose the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, maybe I should do that. But Patreon is kind of doing that, you know? I'm gonna stick to Patreon right now. Do you like the idea of the Final Fantasy games being all part of the same universe? Oh, that should be exclusive to spin-offs like Dissidia? What? The large majority of the Final Fantasy games are not part of the same universe. What? So your classmate was cool, and you totally would have been the gamer metal guys? Yeah, that sounds like me. Maybe it was me from another, another version of me. Like my long lost twin brother, man, from Brazil. Do you hate high game prices, but do you agree with them? I hate them and I disagree with them. I hope you can find a job that is related to a game writer. Well, I already have that here on YouTube, you know. It doesn't really pay, not even minimum wage, but it's a living. No yum yum, no plans. Yeah, I wish I could be as enthusiastic as you, Bravo, and say I will learn Japanese one day. I would love to be able to understand Japanese, but learning it, I don't know, man, I'm getting old. I'm getting to that age where learning new things is no. Writing in games has definitely reached a new low. Oh yeah, every year, man. It's lower and lower, down into a downward spiral, man. Eric London. No, Eric Landon. You are younger than me. I'm younger than you? You sure about that? Maybe I'm an old soul. You know, maybe inside I feel like I'm fucking 90 years old. 95, just like my grandma. Damn, she's 95 and she's still alive, man. Do you ever wonder if Nyx walks around your house at night when you're asleep? I wish that was true. She wanders and walks around my head, you know, when I'm asleep. I know that, you know, but around my house, that would be great. I love Nyx, but I'm a Madeline guy. You're gonna make me choose between my fucking waifus? Really? Have you heard of Eternal Filena? Yeah, it got recently translated, right? I think I saw it in Retro Game Talk. Right, something like that. Or maybe it's been fan translated for Eternal Filena. Let me look it up. Yeah, okay, I know this one. Yeah, it's been fan translated for a long time. I've never played this though. Yeah, maybe one day. So it looks like Lufia 2 a little bit. The battle interface looks very similar to Lufia 2, which means I'm probably gonna like this game. Yeah, this looks very interesting. Yeah. That's a sexy 80s style cover for the game in the website. So I'm gonna change. It's been an hour. I'm gonna do the other one. Remove. What do you mean message retracted? I want it on pin message. Oh, I shouldn't have removed it. Wait. So I'm gonna do the other one. I don't know. Just join my Patreon page to watch Tales of Waifu's tier list. Join my Patreon page to watch it and support my channel. There we go. Now it's gonna be the new pinned message. I'm gonna pin it and then I can see it all the time in white. It makes me feel special. And what are we supposed to do in your opinion, Fantonium? How are content creators supposed to make any money? Give me an advice. What would you do if you were me? Do you think we may live in an era where indie games will be more valued than the big... we're already living in that era, kinda. Hopefully we'll continue to live in that era. Where do you search games info from? Anywhere I can. Where do I search games info from? A place called the internet. Have you ever heard it? Have you heard about the internet? The internet? Pretty popular place. I suggest you join us and get games info from there too. Great place to get game info from the internet. No, I'm not. I won't be playing that game. Do you think the indie guys will become mainstream? And after a while, they might fuck it up too? The history of the world. Oh, she becomes a party member? The girl in the cover becomes a party member? Great. I'll do that. I'll play the game. Everything in Brazil is going downhill. The world is going downhill. So let's just be negative about it and bitch about it and complain about it, you know, and because that's gonna make things better. Let's do that. These are what my Q&A live streams are for. These are therapy sessions for all of us. We make these live streams, you know, so we can bitch about life and the world and politics and stuff like that. You know, that's what we do here. Welcome to Eric Landon RPG Live. What do you think of Final Fantasy Type 0? I haven't talked about that game in a long time. I didn't like it. I couldn't get into it. I think it's wasted potential. It could have been great, but several things destroyed it. Actually, there's a video. I think the last time I talked about that game was in a video called 10 JRPGs that were wasted potential. Look it up here on YouTube. Maybe you'll find it. You know, any RPGs where you're playing as a villain. Answering that question will basically spoil it. You know, I'll spoil the game. You'll be the minority, Jerry. You'll be positive, since everybody else is being negative. Be aware that the main character in Eternal Filena is a lesbian who is in love with another woman. You think it pushes some agendas? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. That doesn't answer my question, Fantonium. What would you do for a living if you were me? Just quit everything and get a job, you know, for McDonald's? No offense to anybody who works at McDonald's. Guess what? You make more money than me in McDonald's and in Burger King. Hey, I worked in Kentucky Fried Chicken 20 years ago. It was bad. It was really bad. I know what you're feeling. You're a custodian for a high school, so don't feel bad. What's a custodian? Custodian for a high school? I've never heard of that job. Oh, you clean bathrooms. Why is it called custodian? Didn't it used to have another name? Or was the previous name so offensive that they changed it to custodian? To make employees feel special? You know? I'm pretty sure it had a different name. Janitor. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Janitor. 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 I gotta say it, janitor. So you're a janitor. Floor manager? I'm sure that's not the name. Floor, or was there ever a name? Do you guys know it as floor management? Floor manager. That's what you call it here? Floor manager? Broom master? Hey, we're not making fun of you at this. Just making fun of the name of the job. So you probably make more money than me at this, so I won't feel bad. Trust me. 101 subscribers. Of course I do. Secretaries are now administrative assistants. Oh, okay. Yeah, and prostitutes are escorts. Or is escort also too offensive? Yeah, they want to change the name of everything. It's like us. We're content creators. Well, I'm a reviewer. That's what I do. I'm a reviewer. Just call me reviewer. I don't like this content creator. What? Fuck is that? But I gotta refer to myself as that sometimes because otherwise people don't understand. Nobody cares, Brando. Nobody. Go talk about that somewhere else. Einhander is a great game for me. Einhander, you mean the shoot 'em up on PS1 by Squaresoft? I'll need to play it again. I haven't played that game in 10 million years. You know? If they're changing the name of something to something fancier, they should pay people more too. I couldn't agree more. Especially because nowadays young people don't want to work for anybody. They all want to be content creators. Why are you asking what to do? What? It's been an hour and almost an hour and 20 minutes. I've seen only one super chat. Oh, influencer, you're right. Influencer, never mind content creator. Maybe that term is outdated and offensive already. It's influencer now. So young people nowadays want to be influencers, especially on TikTok. You know, they don't want to work for anybody. So maybe these companies should pay a little bit more, offer a little bit more, so people can work for them. No, I kind of agree with the idea of not working for them, but then they're gonna replace humans with robots. You're gonna be like, oh, humans don't want to work for me, then I'll just do some robots, and then everybody's gonna bitch about that. And then the owner of the establishment is gonna say, oh, but people don't want to work for me. What do you want me to do? We're going. That's gonna happen, you know, soon. You think Mexican culture is, or history is as good as a premise for a JRPG? Really? I've never been a fan of Mexican culture, you know. I'm not really into my own country's culture. We're all entertainers. We're here to entertain. I mean, not in these Q&As, you know. These Q&As are to bitch about life and video game industry and why and everything, you know. That's the thing about these the Q&As. But yeah, my videos are for to entertain people. I don't know, or I don't know. Do you guys find the Q&As entertaining? Fucking Fire Emblem Three Shades is brutal, but so good. It is. It's broken though. Drunk was 7 remake being censored. Who'd have thought? Wow, I'm shocked. I'm so shocked that I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. Can you make a top relaxing JRPGs? Nope. Well, there's a lot of rumors. What I'm starting to wonder right now is what the hell happened to that Fire Emblem Path of Radiance release. When the Switch 2 came out on June, at the beginning of June, they were all like, oh, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, you know, the holy grail of JRPGs on the GameCube. That super ultra uber expensive game is going to be released finally officially on Switch Online on the GameCube emulator. And then it's like September, and where is it, Nintendo? That's... Are there any rumors about that too? Oh fuck, like over a half an hour ago, someone joined my Patreon. Thank you very much. Jamie Sowell, if you're still watching, Jamie, thanks a bunch. Now you can watch the waifu, the Tales waifu tier list. There's a pinned message in the chat for you guys if you haven't seen it, or a community post in my YouTube channel. I also have a TikTok channel, link in the description, and where I've been uploading funny clips of funny rants and angry moments in my live streams. So go to my TikTok channel. That one's free. Yeah. What is this? What? I can't hear anything. This is the Diofield Chronicle battle theme. All right. Turn that off. Turn that on. I mean. So yeah, it's been like almost an hour and a half, and I've only gotten one super chat. What the hell do you think I'm doing here, guys? You think I honestly come here to hang out and answer questions for nothing? I'm here to capitalize. I'm a capitalist. I'm here to make... Writers are entertainers too, right? Yeah, I mean... Yeah. We are. This remix era is proof that they ran out of ideas. You missed... I talked about that like an hour ago. I think Path of Radiance on the GameCube will still be released on Nintendo Switch Online. Just, I want to know when. TikTok is too modern for me. Well, what do you want me to do, man? It looks like your fanbase is broke. Oh yeah, I know that. As broke as me. Broke people always attract each other. Someday you'll help me, bravo. Several ways. You can become a member here on YouTube and you get some rewards. You can do a super chat. You can become a patron for $1 a month. You can, I don't know, subscribe to my Twitch channel. I stream every Friday. Yeah, I mean, several ways to support me. That's right, Rosland. I'm very grateful for that. Which is the safest site to download Switch ROMs? I don't. I also would like to know. Most of them are full of advertisement, like ads, you know, and there's some viruses. Like several months ago, I don't even remember what I tried to download, and I got a virus, you know. So I know I want to know. I would like to ask the my broke community about that too. Thank you, Kevin King. Thanks a bunch for the super chat. Did you ever play? Oh, okay, the Sakaguchi game, Neo Fantasia, Neo Dimension, whatever, right? That game, right? No. I'm sorry, man. I didn't play it. Like, I know it came out on Apple something. It was a phone game like several years ago, and then it got a remaster or something last year. There's a demo of it, but no, I haven't played it, so I can't vouch for it or recommend it. You know, from... It shouldn't surprise you, though, because I'm not really into modern JRPGs anymore. From what I heard, the game only had one censored scene. I think there's this character who walks into someone's room, and there's like a joke about some girl's panties, some girl's underwear, you know, in the original version, and that got censored in the remastered, but I haven't read or seen anything else. Also, other things that I've heard are that the game is fucking brutal, that it's really, really hard, and it's a traditional turn-based RPG. I know the main character looks like a girl, too androgynous for my taste, to be honest, but I don't think it's a bad game, but I can't recommend it to you. I haven't played it, man. That's all I know. I've given you all I know about it. No, that's not what I was asking you again. Yeah, it's that bad, Rosalind. I went through that when I was in 2014. What's your favorite JRPG soundtrack? Chrono Cross. When his last console game was titled The Last Story, he really meant it, didn't he? Apparently, but now he wrote the script for this Fantasian game, so... he lied. Yeah, but Kevin, I mean, you're a Patreon. You're one of my patrons on Patreon, Kevin King. You should know that I don't really care about modern games anymore. I don't even care about the Trees from the Sky remake. Texas Force, that's right, great game. Yeah, great idea, Jerry. Woo, count me in. Apart from obvious things like graphics, what things make an indie RPG feel amateurish for you? One that's basically bad. One that has like bad RNG, boring story, boring gameplay, you know. They make it or it's just your average turn-based RPG, you know. No creativity whatsoever, no originality. You know, I played some indie RPGs that look amazing, and they are some of the most boring pieces of trash I've played. And I've also played RPGs that look like shit, super low budget, and they're like amazing, you know? So, yeah, what makes an RPG, well, amateurish, you know, is one where the people just didn't do any research, let alone research, you know, one where people don't even take any risks, and they want to play it safe, and they don't want to offend anybody, and they want to go with the safest gameplay mechanics possible, you know, that. You know. Thankfully, I haven't played that many amateurish or indie RPGs, though. And there are also some some indie RPGs that feel amateurish, but they aren't necessarily bad. They're like, okay, this is good, you have potential, keep working on the game, or for your second game, do better, you know, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't be too harsh on that because I'm not really an RPG developer. I'm an indie artist, but I'm not an indie developer. Did you ever play Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bearers on Wii? Yeah, unfortunately. Too loud? Thank you for saying that. Some people like just go on and people and so what did I miss? What did you guys miss? Your mom died? I'm sorry, Rosalind. I think you mentioned that a long time ago. Yeah, thanks for letting me know that the music was too loud. Yeah, so Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bearers. It's not a good game. It's not necessarily a bad game, but it's not a good game either. I don't recommend it. I recommend the soundtrack, though. The Crystal Bearers has a great soundtrack. If there was one JRPG you could experience for the first time again, which one will it be? Chrono Cross. Is there an RPG that you feel was overhyped and ended up disappointing you? Monarch. I did a video about that. It's called The Most Disappointing JRPG of All Time. A review of Monarch I did a few months ago. Yeah, I've been recommending Retro Game Talk a lot lately. Great website. You gotta log in with an email though. I think you can just create any fucking email. If you want to put your real email, that's what I did, you know. When my mom almost died 2 years ago, I wasn't streaming at all. I was just making videos. Couldn't bring myself to stream anyway, so I feel you. I know what that feels like. You know, so yeah. Nobody will blame you. This Star Ocean, The Last Hope, guys. Great game. Anyway, I'm not. Thank you for Eternal Filena. I don't think. I think I decided against it. I won't be playing it. I didn't used to mind lesbian characters, you know. I've recommended some in the past, like Dead End Request, 1 and 2, fucking Knights of Azure, great fan service. But like nowadays, I'm like, oh, I'm tired of them, you know, just tired of them. Now, by all means, get offended, dislike the button, and unsubscribe if that offends you. There's a Xenogears Perfect Works build here. Illusion City. Other translations. Undercover Cops. Undercover Cops. Hakai Shingaruma board game RPG on the Game Boy. What the fuck is this? There's a cute girl in the cover. Of course I clicked. Oh, it's like a board game RPG. Looks like a Concept Revolt. I have played Concept Revolt. I have a 3DS copy of it. Part of the Concept Saga series. Concept Saga on the Xbox 360. Those are board game RPGs. Yeah, nobody gives a shit about that. I'm just going on and off here, you know. I don't see any more questions or comments in the chat, so I'm just gonna continue surfing through Retro Game Talk here. Are these guys even making money? Oh yeah, you can support this site. They make money. Oh, I'm sponsoring this website without even knowing it. They may make a lot of money thanks to me mentioning them in my super uber popular Q&A live streams, you know. Is this stream family friendly? Do you honestly think it is? Have you not read the title of the stream? Why would it be family friendly? What's your favorite controller? this. I really, really like it. I think Sony... Like, I love the PS1 controller, and then I love the PS2 controller even more, and the PS3 controller was even better, and now this. The PS5 controller is also good. I prefer this one. This is my favorite controller of all time, the PS4 controller. Really love it, how it feels, you know, on your hands. It's just fucking perfect. This is perfection. It's controller perfection, in my opinion. PS4 controller. Will you play and review Expedition 33 if someone bought it for you? Someone bought it for me, actually, and I didn't. I don't care about it. Yeah, like any board games. Oh, do I like any board games? Yeah, sure. That's right, CD Romance was the previous name of Retro Game Talk. You hate the PS5 controller, okay. It's family friendly if your family consists of all adults who don't get offended. No, actually, there's a lot of people who join here like, hey, let's watch this guy live, you know. I love these videos. These 2 videos that I watched, and now he's live. Oh, let's see what he's like. And he turns out to be this fucking angry asshole yelling at his audience for not supporting him. Yeah. It's family friendly. Fire Emblem Awakening would have been a perfect Wii U exclusive. Really? You think so? Maybe. Do you own a Steam Deck? I do not own a Steam Deck. And I have no interest in one. Not that I'm against it, nothing against it. Don't grab your pitchforks yet. Don't get offended. I just, you know, I have my laptop and I play everything here and I'm fine. I mean, with it, you know, like I wouldn't use a Steam Deck. I don't even use my portable systems anymore. So, yeah. I don't know much, you know. We made a video, my friend and I made a video for our channel in Spanish some time ago when he got it. And he kind of reviewed it, you know, talked about its ups and downs. But to be honest, I don't know I barely know anything about it. Your messages are showing. You just did a message about your Genesis controller, Rosland. It's great to emulate the types of games you play. So is my laptop, dude. Thanks. Are you sponsored? Did Gabe pay you to appear in my chat and say that? Gabe, good old Gabe. Newell. What's his name? Gabe Newell? Yeah, a lot of people prefer portable consoles over PCs, you know, to each their own. I prefer big TVs and laptops and shit, you know. I play everything on my TV, except when I'm live, I play here, you know. But yeah, I mean, portable systems are like... I was a fan when I was little, you know. And I've been a fan for a long time. I was a fan for a long time for some systems, you know, but when I had the store, for example. But yeah, I mean, this computer I have right now, I mean, it plays almost everything, you know. So I can hook my laptop to my TV too. And that's how I play everything, you know. With an HDMI cable. You only carry it around but never play it? Sell it! How much does a Steam Deck goes for nowadays? You know? you prefer an Android. This guy prefers a phone, you know. Did you know there's a Fire Emblem 4 manga? No. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, man. It's great. Maybe I'll check it out. So Steam Deck is between 400 to 600. But then Rosla sends 250 Canadian. So that's a big difference, you know. Cry TVs or OLED TVs for the 90s consoles. Every single purist is gonna tell you to play retro games and older consoles on a CRT. Me, I don't really mind, except for some games. It does hinder the gameplay of some games, playing older games and some retro games on a flat TV screen. They don't run properly because they just weren't developed for those types of TVs. So some of the hard games like Castlevania, Ninja Gaiden, it's just better if you play them on a CRT, because if you play them on an emulation, there's like a delay and some glitches, barely visible and noticeable, but they're there. So it's just better. Like I tried beating Donkey Kong Country with my friend a long time ago on the Switch emulator, and man, I think it's just harder. Playing some retro games on a flat TV screen makes them harder. Shit. So it's better to play them on a regular CRT. I don't have one, and I'm not gonna go out of my way to get one, because then I will have to buy the console and the games or some kind of EverDrive or something, and that's just too much money, I'd rather just emulate. Will you use AI to help you fasten your YouTube work? No. You think the lack of a 3DS and PS Vita successor was a massive blow in this generation? I don't know, I think a lot of people just play everything on their phones, and then their Steam Deck, and then the Switch is hybrid, so, I don't know. I mean, many people see the Switch as a 3DS successor. It's not 3D, it doesn't have a 3D effect or anything, but it's like the next thing, and it was also portable. Nintendo killed two birds with one stone. So, I don't know, man. Not sure I agree with that. I don't think it was a massive blow on this generation. Someone's working on a GrowLancer 1 translation. Looks like it's fully playable. Wonder how hard it will be to download. Once it's up on Retro Game Talk, completely fully fan translated, you bet your ass I'm gonna download it and play it and stream it and love it and recommend it. I assume you've heard about the Switch's return? No, I didn't hear about it. Did it return? Did the Switch make a comeback? I didn't know it, man, I swear. Oh, the Virtual Boy! It wasn't a comeback, it's just a piece of plastic or cardboard, But it's okay that they're adding the games on the emulator. That's cool. Nintendo. The Virtual Boy. Oh, it deserves some love. There's some good games in there. The console may have been utter failure and bad. It is bad. I've played the Virtual Boy a couple of times. The real Virtual Boy, it's just bad. But some of the games are pretty good. That Jack Bros game, I played it live before. That's a good game. PS5 is just as useless as Switch 2. You could play 90% of the same games on PS4 as on PS5. I don't disagree with that statement. Which is why I don't have a Switch 2. I only have a PS5 because Alex Tokash, sent the money for it. And as a content creator, as an influencer, I'm grateful because, I can now record gameplay footage at 1080p 60 frames per second. It's just easier. I like my PS5. I'm happy with it. But it's just not worth buying $500, paying $500 for it. Cross of Venus translation for DS? What's that? Cross of Venus on the Nintendo DS? What is that? Metal Max 4 3DS translation probably will be released any day of this year. Interesting. That's interesting. Thank you for feeding me that information. I'm not being sarcastic. That's great. I didn't know that. Appreciate it. The GrowLancer 1 is fully translated, but it's only on the Discord. They say that they will release it later. Apparently they want to improve it. Oh, let them improve it. So I don't want to join some Discord, you know, to download it, you know. No thanks. I'll wait. You need a viewer like Alex Tokash? It's with a K. The Cross of Venus is a JRPG crossover? Fine. I have the website here open, you know, so let me take that look at that. Cross of Alright. Cross of Venus. Dengeki Gakuen Cross of Venus. It's an action RPG. Oh, it's got anime characters. So there's Shana. And I don't recognize any of the other girls. Developed by AC Media Works. Let's take a look at the screenshots. Yeah, they got these lollies, you know. These young girl characters. That's not really appealing to me, but... Battle system is in 2D. Looks similar to Tales, but not really. Looks like a beat 'em up. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, if it ever gets translated, I'll play it. There's a Maple Story DS game translated. Not the MMORPG, you know, that everybody knows. A Nintendo DS RPG was released in Japan. It's fan translated. You know. Why would somebody release a party chat enabled hack of Dragon Quest IV? Why would someone do that? Hey guys, here's my hack of Dragon Quest IV. The only change is that their party chat is now enabled. Well, I appreciate the work some hackers do, you know. So Dengeki Gakuen, and why are there two versions? What, there's Cross of Venus Special and Cross of Venus Regular. What's the thing about Special? No information here. Pretty sure maybe it's like a port, like an updated version. Thank you for bringing this game to my attention. Appreciate it. The Metal Max games are a series that started in the Famicom. It's a really old series. And there's a gazillion games, and we've only gotten like 2 games, or 3 maybe. If there was to be a PS Vita successor, what new features would you want aside from high definition? Vita had it all. Stop crashing me. I can reload it really fast. Troll on YouTube. I don't know, man. Like I said, I mean, you're asking the wrong guy. I was just telling people that I'm playing everything on my laptop, that I don't even care about a Steam Deck or something like that. So you're asking the wrong guy. Like I guess I will just do a hybrid like Nintendo did. You know, if I was Sony and I was going to release a PS Vita, I will do the same Nintendo did, like a hybrid console or something, you know? I don't know. They kind of did, though. They released a PS Vita portable and another PS Vita TV, which you could plug into your TV, you know? But people want that, like, the same thing in the same console, you know, in one, like Switch. So I will probably compete and do the same, but I don't know, man. I have no interest in portable systems anymore. I have a lot of interest in portable games because I can emulate them, you know, and recommend them and review them. But like I said, I don't play portable systems anymore. It's not an RPG, but do you like Super Mario Maker? I've never played it. I've never played any of the Super Mario Maker games. I've seen them, I've seen streams, I've seen footage, you know, gameplay, you know, but I've never played them myself. MSX RPG, Illusion City. Okay. Be on the lookout for that. Oh, you found it in a bin in a store for like $2 on your trip to Japan? That's great. One of these days I'll go to Japan once I'm rich. once I get like 1,000 patrons on Patreon, I'll do a trip to Japan and buy a lot of games on Beans for $2 and bring them back and do a video about it. But I need 1,000 patrons. Patrons! Patrons! Patrons on patrons, Patreons. Patreon, read the pinned message, people. I know what you guys are gonna do anyway. You're gonna wait until there's like 1 million live streams so you can join for $1 and watch them all. Did you get rid of all of your handheld gaming consoles? No. Just because I don't play them doesn't mean I don't want them. I still have my 3DS, my PSP, and my PS Vita. Oh yeah. I am never going to get rid of those. What RPG will you recommend a 50-year-old guy to play? You should play Redemption Reapers. You should play Chrono Cross. You should go to my blog right now, which is below this. This is in the description. It's called Official Website. Click there. You'll see a section called RPG Scores. Click on there. And tons of recommendations for a 50-year-old. Over 500. Well, okay, maybe just 400. Only 400 of the 500 that you see there. I recommend. Have I played Mana Khemia? Yeah, I have a PS2 copy of it. I played both versions, the PS2 and PSP versions. Oh, both are just as good. You know, I was expecting the PSP version to be kind of bad, but no. You can't go wrong with either version of Mana Khemia. PSP, PS2, good game. I like the second one better. Mana Khemia 2 was also released on PSP, but only in Japan. But we did get the PS2 version though, so. And even the Mana Khemia 2, the Japan-only version on PSP, is also fan-translated, so you guys can play either play Mana Khemia 1 and 2 or on either PS2 or PSP, no problem, you know. But yeah, Mana Khemia 2 is a great game. I like it better than the first one. The first one was just too difficult in terms of the equipment system. You needed to create these weapons and these. You did the same in the second game, but it was just easier to develop new accessories and items and weapons, you know. They made it easier, you know. The first one was way too hard just because of that. He will sleep in Growlancer 5 for sure. Dude, that's my number 3 game. Growlancer 5 is my number 3 game in my blog, in my RPG scores section. So. I have played Shadow Madness on the PlayStation. I didn't like it. I played it live. You will find me playing it live on a video called Obscure. No, wait a second. When? I don't even remember. It's there in one of my streams. You know how I just released a collection of streams a couple of days ago, right? Called 13 Hidden JRPG Gems. So Shadow Madness is in one of those from like January or February. It's in one of those 2-3 hour long streams, you know. And it's the first game. So I don't even remember the name, but if you can find it, it's the first game. I don't think it's a bad game, Shadow Madness, but I don't think it's a good game either. It's just full of major problems. Too slow, too cryptic, too many battles, extremely difficult since the very beginning. The graphics are kind of unappealing. The control, I don't know, I think it's a mediocre game, you know. I don't think a lot of effort was put into that game. Some studio just did it because, I don't know, I want to do a Western RPG with some JRPG influences, you know, but it didn't work. Not a bad game, but it's like, meh. It's an eh. I saw that you play Class of Heroes 3. Did you like it? Yeah, I haven't played anything more than what you saw in that stream. But yeah, it was alright. Not my cup of tea of game. You know me, I'm not really into dungeon crawlers in first person. But I think it's good. Yeah, it's a good game. Star Ocean 2 is also on PSP. That's right, it's called Second Evolution. Great version of it to play. Okay. Hello, Vicente. So I don't really care about Legend of Dragoon remake, to be honest. Most of my live streams, not the Q&As, but most of my live streams are now going to be on Patreon. There's a pinned message in there, click on it. And I'm gonna start doing what I used to do here on YouTube, but now on Patreon, because YouTube doesn't like me. They hate me. You know, they don't want me playing games live on this website. So, okay, message received, YouTube. I will go to Patreon to play my games live. So yeah, click on the link and you'll see a bunch of stuff. You'll get all the information there, the different tiers, how you can support this channel, what rewards you get, you know, for supporting me, stuff like that. So click on the link. Thank you. That'll be all.